Uh-oh, I forgot to push play on the radio. Oh shit, we got my personal. Why did I do that? I gotta set an intro before I do the intro. Where we at with the intro? Here we go with the intro right here. Intro. Wrong intro. I gotta do this intro. This intro. They're gonna try to flag me for that. They're gonna try to flag. Oh shit, we got something, y'all. We got something. Hold on.
You can't fade my nigga Black Rosebud with these jokes, my nigga. You don't wanna tangle with Black Rosebud when he starts roasting niggas. Truth be told, you don't want that smoke. Now you're the butt of all the jokes. The king of comedy, running these motherfucking streets. Jokes on top of jokes, no one can compete. Left feeling incomplete if you try to heckle. Watch Black turn into Mr. Jekyll. Nobody got time for the YouTube beefs, especially when you running these YouTube streets. Comedy done like no other. Welcome to the stage, Black Rosebud, one funny motherfucker. You can't fade my nigga Black Rosebud with these jokes, my nigga. You don't wanna tangle with Black Rosebud when he starts roasting niggas. Truth be told, you don't want that smoke. Now you're the butt of all the jokes.
I'm downloading the video while I'm waiting on the video. I just edited a video for this show about all the shit going on about Donald Trump, criminal investigation probe and all that old shit. I'm just waiting on the video to download. But while I was at it, I might as well show y'all how to go to my comedy page right now. There's no reason that I should look. I need this to be 100%. You know what I'm saying? In order to keep this show, I know everybody loves this show. They love the skits. You know what I'm saying? They love the live show. They love the comedy, the exposure, the everything. But in order to keep this page going, I gotta get this up to 100%. I got to, and look, in order to pay rent, I gotta get this up to 100% because I'm trying to produce 2 shows while also producing a movie. So if it's only $5, you know what I'm saying, and my birthday is coming up, I need y'all to go to this Patreon like I just did. Y'all saw how easy it was. Look, I'm gonna do it one more time. One more time for the one time. You go for Patreon. I can't do that. Look, I gotta pause that. You go Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Then you go here, right? You hear Black, this thing? Oh, we got about 2 more minutes for it to get to loading. Then you hear Black Rosebud Comedy. You know what I'm saying? And then you hear. And then we can keep this show rolling. We can keep this show going. If you ain't got the big dollar donations, I know everybody can donate 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 or something like that. And that's cool. But if you got $5, and you love my show, and you want to help me out for my birthday show, donate $5 to this Patreon, and we can keep this show rolling on this page and all the other pages and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I gotta go out in these damn streets and this hot ass sun and promote. And also, if you watched the show yesterday, I got a little emotional because also I'm over it today, but also I am in the process of getting my son, so I need to make more money, you know what I'm saying, in order to get my son. So if I gotta work hard enough to get the money and I gotta put out extra videos, you know what I'm saying, and all that, just to get the money, as long as I get the money to help me get my son and help me with my son's career, I'll do it. I do it because now I'm trying to invest in me and my son becoming comedians. You know what I'm saying? I want to put my son in movies. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. It's about, as a black man, it's about passing things on. I can't pass my son on no big ass houses. I can't pass my son on no $1 million. I can't pass my son on no property or land or no shit like that. What I can pass him on, something I worked hard to get, something that he has talent in, you know what I'm saying? Something that I can help him along the way, something I know he's good in and I'm good in and that I'm accomplished in, which is comedy. So as on the 28th of this month on my birthday show, I'm going to try to start passing on the torch to my son. I've been, mentoring him and things like that. So, I'm trying to put him in movies with me and things like that because he's a younger version of me, and now to bring more out of me trying to help him. So if I got to sit up here and make more videos and go in these streets and promote comedy and whatever I got to do, I'm going to do it. I got a microphone and a speaker in the back of my damn car. I got flyers. I got all this, but I need my people help. I need y'all to subscribe to this Patreon for $5 and help your boy out. Then we can keep this show rolling and all the other shows rolling. Hurry up, skit. Or got about 1 more minute to add. The load. Then y'all gonna be hearing my shit for. Who is that? That's question. What day and time or ones mentioned works best for you? Oh, that's it. See, that's the people right there trying to. That's the people right there trying to help me get my son. They're trying to help me with the housing to get my son. That was anytime. They want to talk to me about some housing programs and stuff like that. But I have to have a financial thing. I ought to call a lady and let y'all hear that. I ought to call and let y'all hear it. That I'm trying to move up in the world. Moving on up. Okay, hold on. Let me see is it through loading yet. Let me see is it through loading. It should be through loading, y'all. It should be through loading now. It should be through. Damn, got about 30 more seconds. Okay, because I got off. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to do the skits now, you know what I'm saying, because I have to try to concentrate on getting out in these YouTube streets and doing these shows, promotion shows, and these comedy shows and stuff like that. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I get the crowd coming in because niggas on the street don't know me. They be like, nigga, oh, here you go, right? It's finished. Like, nigga, who is you? Nigga, I'm me. Okay, where it's at? It's going to be coming up here somewhere. Where we at? It's going to be coming up here. It's going to be popping up somewhere. This got through finished loading. Where's that? Where is we at? Uh-oh. That's it. Can you please give me 3 specific dates and times? Hold on. Let me answer this. Hold on. You give me the dates and time, and I will stick to them. Any time is good for me. I will make time. I will make time. Anytime is good for me. Where is this thing at? Where is this thing at? So I can hurry up and start this show. I've been talking to them on. Where is this thing? I think it's right here. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. Now we're gonna start off with Beetlejuice.
Why?
Now we're gonna start off with Beetlejuice. Do you know Beetlejuice? Hold on. Or can I call you back because I'm doing a live show? Now we all know Beetlejuice, ugly ass, is racist now. She just came out and said she's racist. We already know she don't like black people because she likes black people. She will stop a lot of that violence and a lot of that gang violence and police brutality and whatever's going on in the city of Chicago. She will stop that. She will put it into it. But for the simple fact, she ignores the numbers each and every week, 50, 60, 100 people getting shot, 8-year-olds dying, 16-year-olds dying, innocent people dying, women dying, places getting robbed, police shootout with juveniles. I mean, it's getting out of control. She's not concentrating on none of that. And you don't see her trying to put an effort in none of that. But the first thing she do is open her mouth about some racial injustice and not enough black reporters or get access to the halls of Congress or whatever. Instead of worrying about it's not enough black kids getting access to education, to safe streets, to decent housing, to safe housing, to safe policing. She's not worried about none of that. She's worried about equality and more black people getting interviews inside the halls of Congress. Listen to this.
I'm happy to vouch for Craig Wall, for Heather Cherone, and others.
Well, look, I think in this one day, when we are looking at the 2-year anniversary of my inauguration, as a woman of color, as
an ugly ass woman of color, look how I paused that right now. Now, who would stick something up in that? I mean, she has no sexy features at all. I don't know. She looked like Beetlejuice and fucking Emmanuel Lewis and all kind of other characters. There's no sex appeal about her. She's one of them women that had to turn gay. Because wasn't no man gonna take this. Wasn't no man gonna take one for this team. Like, you know what? You are so beautiful inside. I'm not gonna look at your outside. It's impossible for to look at her and be like, you know what? I can talk to her without frowning. I can talk to her without getting disgusted. You automatically look at her and be like, ugh, what does she got to say? You know she's an asshole. You know she's a bitch because how she look. I don't think she's going to be elected again for mayor because all the controversy surrounding her name. I don't think it's going to be a lot of people that's voting for her with all this racial injustice she's pushing, with all these people getting out of jail, with all this gang violence. She has a bad track record. Her record is actually worse than the last president. I forgot that nigga name. I mean, the last mayor that was the mayor of Chicago, I forgot his name. He just recently retired or recently quit or whatever the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying? But she is actually worse than him. How are you going to be worse than your predecessor? You're supposed to be better than your fucking predecessor, but you're worse than your predecessor.
Say a lesbian, it's important to me that diversity is put front and center.
What about prettiness is put front and center? Why don't you put a bag over your face front and center?
Mayor Lori Lightfoot defending her most unusual decision to only invite black and brown journalists to her office for one-on-one interviews.
Black and brown journalists. That means white people, you got to stay the hell out. You have to have privilege, right? It's becoming to the point where the world is becoming like Barack Obama, the world supposed to have been coming together. Racists, you know, and different people like that supposed to be coming together, right? And white people voted for Barack Obama or his ass wouldn't have got voted in office. But it was a lot of, it's supposed to be a lot of coming together. But it's actually more divisive, right? Right? But even after Barack Obama got out of office, it became more divisive under Donald Trump because the people who wanted power used the race card, which was supposed to be getting better. They used the race card to further divide the country more to gain more power. They used unity under Barack Obama. Oh, we together. We got the first black president. You know what I'm saying? And they preached unity to distract you from everything else. You didn't hear about the police shootings. You didn't hear about the war on police. You didn't hear about all that shit went on under Barack Obama because everything was about unity because we had a black president, a black first lady, a black first family. They was doing stuff for the gays. The white people was loving them. I mean, it was going for it. America was great. As soon as Donald Trump came down that escalator, right? The same people that was preaching unity, if you look at them, Don Lemon, Joe Behar, Joy, whatever her name is, Whoopi Goldberg, every one of these people that was preaching unity during Barack Obama is now preaching racism under Donald Trump. And even Joe Biden. They trying to come back with unity. You see how it go? Unity under Obama, racism under Donald Trump, everybody come back together now under Joe Biden. Ain't that a bitch?
The move infuriated the mostly white City Hall press corps. The outrage exploded on Twitter. One Latino newspaper reporter wrote he agreed to the sit down but backed out to make a point. Make a point. You just don't, I mean, we all Americans. Once you start judging Americans by race, then we go back to the Jim Crow or back to the 60s or 70s or 50s or 20s or 1800s or whatever you want to call it. We go back to that because now you're segregating. You're saying white people can't come here unless they sponsored by a black person or a black person sponsor them. Wow, you getting to that point now? We say, look, you can't even come up in here unless you come with somebody black. Fuck who's best for the job. Remember it used to be at-risk teens? Now it's black and brown kids. Remember it was black at-risk teens. White people was included. Because it was white kids that was at risk. Now white kids can't be at risk no more. You don't hear them talking about the white kids that don't have the money or their family in a position to be in these high privileged ass schools to be racist. What about the white people that
ain't got the money that live inside these black neighborhoods where the niggas and the shootings and the police and all that shit goes at, and they get treated worse than the black people in the neighborhood because they white. Or they got to do more shit to prove themselves because they white. Or they get picked on and get robbed because they white in a black neighborhood. Everybody white wasn't privileged enough to make it up out of the ghetto. So when you say when it used to be underprivileged kids, it also used to be white people and white kids included in that. But now it's not. It's just black and brown kids. Asian kids not involved. Muslim kids not involved. It's only black and brown kids. And really they talking about black kids. They only add the brown to make it seem like it's all united. They don't say black, brown, and Asian, and Muslims and all that old shit. They just say it's Samoans and Indians and all that old shit. They just say black and brown. And it covered the whole fucking, the culture of dark-skinned people. They don't add Asians to people of color until one of them get robbed or beat up by somebody black, and then they say, you know what, it's racially motivated. They're a person of color. Or if Donald Trump says something about an Asian, oh, she's a person of color now. Oh, she wasn't last week, she was an Asian. You motherfucker.
If I, as the black woman mayor, the first ever, don't challenge us, the collective us, to do better, to really make sure that in every institution, it reflects the diversity.
This bitch got Parkinson's, she's shaking. Look at it, she's shaking like a broke stove.
And nuance and texture of our city, then shame on me.
Mayor Lightfoot is known to clash with opponents or those who question her. Reporting on leaked emails revealed the mayor, upset about critical reporting and commentary, canceled her Chicago Tribune subscription.
See, now it's getting to the point where you can't even criticize your local officials or your fucking state officials or your Congress people. You can't even criticize them no more. You can't even ask questions. You can't be critical. You can't say, hey, you're not doing a good job. Hey, you not looking out for us. Hey, you not handling this properly you said you was gonna handle. Hey, you're not upholding to your promise. Hey, can I do this? Hey, why can't I have that? Hey, what happened to my right? You're not answering none of that. The only thing you want to answer is something racist.
There are some folks you've been feuding with, some of them my white colleagues. Some people look at this as sort of a payback.
It has nothing to do with that. The facts are the facts. Look at the people who cover City Hall.
City Hall. That was the end of that. All white folks. I guess she's saying white folks shouldn't be the only one, or white folks shouldn't be covering black folks in City Hall. It should be more black folks. And people got to understand, it's a percentage thing. Right? If black people are only 6, 12%, 11%, 10% of the population, right? We can't get 50% of the jobs. Because if we get 50% of the jobs and we go on percentage-wise, right? That means we have to take jobs from other different races to bring up our percentage to make it even with, I guess, white people. Right? It's not the best qualified no more. Right? And that can be dangerous if we in America and we basing on race or sexual preference or religion or political affiliation. That can be dangerous for the future of the country if we're not getting the best qualified people to do the job. At one point in time, it was the best qualified people to do the fucking job. Now it's based on criterias. Right? We need more pregnant women. We need more gays. We need more transgenders. We need more this. They're just as smart as everybody else. Well, if they're just as smart as everybody else, why can't they prove it? If that was the best person for the job, cool. We would have nothing to say about it. But don't give them an extra benefit because homeless crisis overtaking Venice Beach. Oh, yeah. Don't give them an extra benefit because they got a different skin color or a different sex, or from a different political party, or got a vaccine shot. Don't treat them different. But anyway, you know what I'm saying, let's get on with this Donald Trump being accused of tax evasion or whatever the fuck, fraud, money fraud or whatever. But also, like I say, this is right here, my son, he's gonna roast me on there. If you wanna see me do some comedy, you wanna see my son's first night of comedy, Please subscribe to my Patreon. We just went over the thing. I just showed you how to do that. So if you want to keep this show going and you want to help this situation out with my son and help my son become successful and help me make these movies, go ahead and hit that Patreon, or you can hit that Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Anyway, let's get on with this Donald Trump thing.
Today, the Trump Organization on notice. The New York Attorney General has joined the Manhattan District Attorney in its criminal investigation.
Criminal investigation, right? Now, they had this out for Donald Trump for the longest. Donald Trump released this right here, right? I just learned through leaks in mainstream media that after being under investigation from the time I came down the escalator 5.5 years ago, including the fake Russia hoax, the 2-year $48 million no collusion Mueller witch hunt, impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, and others that the Democrat New York Attorney General has informed my organization that their investigation is no longer just a civil matter, but also oh, that's my boy right there. But also a criminal investigation working with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. There is nothing more corrupt than an investigation that is desperate search of a crime. There's a desperate search of a crime, right? And this is the broad that's doing it right here. This is the broad that's doing it. Miss Latita with James, whatever her name is. Not this bitch. This is little Maxine Waters. We ain't talking about her. We talking about Christine, whatever. And this is Michael Cohen. Now, Michael Cohen is the dude who's trying to get credibility off after going to jail. That's like my grandmother snitching on a nigga she got the gun from to kill another nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the gun from him and I bought it and I killed somebody, but I'm still gonna go back and snitch on this dude. Your credibility is shot because you are the killer. You the one done the crime. So your credibility is shot. Everything you say now has to be taken with a grain of salt, right? And all this investigation, right? This girl been doing investigation on Donald Trump for 2 years. You mean to tell me as smart as y'all is and as much evidence y'all got, you ain't been able to bring Donald Trump or open up no investigation or criminal investigation or get no subpoenas or nothing for that for 2 years? You hit Rudy Giuliani shit looking for some shit that's connected to Donald Trump after 2 years? You don't take none of the Hunter Biden shit? Think about it. Now you got Michael Cohen on MSNBC and making his news rounds again, coming up with all kind of conspiracy theory killers and shit. Okay, so I gotta keep on getting. That's my boy. He keep hitting me.
Well, I really don't care to, simply because it's just typical. It's typical Donald. But I like his allegations against me. And considering, just look at who the guy is, right? This is a guy who has an affair, actually multiple affairs, while his wife had just had a child.
Now, what the fuck do that got to do with running the country? What do him having an affair? What does his personal life have to do with him running the country? Right? We don't elect no president because of their morals. We elect president because of their strength, their decision making. You know what I'm saying? Their ability to lead a country. Fuck what he does in his private life, because there's been a lot of presidents that have done things in their private life, like a la Bill Clinton, that we didn't judge. Huh? Y'all still put Bill Clinton back in the house. He got his dick sucking, burning bitch with cigars in the White House. Huh? That's even worse. At least Donald Trump didn't bring no bitches to the White House. Who knows? Bill Clinton probably got a black son that he neglected. Who the fuck knows? They said Bill Clinton was smoking crack, fucking kids, and all kinds of, who knows? Who the hell knows?
Right, the Child Separation Act, which was just a disgrace and just denigrated America's standing in the world, is attacking on President Obama's Affordable Care Act, leaving millions of Americans without health coverage. His racist rants, which we know are just every day.
Every day. So you said every day Donald Trump goes on a racist rant. When? I don't never hear Donald Trump say nothing about niggas or Mexicans. He say something about immigrants, right? He say something about Democrats, right? He don't speak on none of the police brutality. He speak up for the police. How is any of this racist? He speak to the country. He talk about foreign leaders. How is any of this racist?
Including the fact that he couldn't even mention George Floyd's name at any point in time.
For what? The fuck he mentioned? That's George Floyd is not Donald Trump's hero. All that hero shit you talking about, Donald Trump ain't gotta play like he give a fuck and dress in my dashikis and lean on the goddamn ground with one knee and kneel on the fence like you Colin Kaepernick holding a fist up in the air like you would the Black Power shit. If Donald Trump would have done that, I would have stopped following his ass. If I would have saw Donald Trump come out to a press conference in a motherfucking dashiki with a goddamn Black Panther hat on, with black gloves and shit, sticking his fist in the air with his head bowed down, talking about in remembrance of George Floyd, I would have stopped watching the nigga. I was like, you know what? I'm finna turn back liberal. If Donald Trump would have ever came out with a motherfucking dashiki on, you'd have saw me being a liberal again next week. Like, you know what? If I'm gonna be fake, I might as well be all the way fake. We would have lost all respect for Donald Trump if he would have came out with a dashiki on, kneeling on the motherfucking knee, or kneeling on one knee like he Colin Kaepernick. The fuck? He would have lost all credibility.
And finally, January 6th, the big lie, and his continuous promotion of the big lie. So I wear it as a badge of honor.
Attorney General Letitia James.
So I wear it as a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? Then you got her, right? You got Letitia James, right? Let me see what Donald Trump say. Letitia James, right? But make no mistake that is exactly what is happening. The Attorney General of New York literally campaigning on persecuting Donald Trump, even before she knew anything about me. She said that if elected, she would use her office to look into every aspect of my real estate dealings. She wrote that she would definitely sue me. She boasted on the video she would be I quote, a real pain in the ass. She declared, just wait until I'm in the attorney's office general. And I've got my eyes on Trump Tower. She also promised that if elected, she would join with law and other attorney generals across this nation in removing this president from office. Let me see if you guys see that. Yeah, and it's important that everyone understands that the days of Donald Trump are coming to an end. This is what she said. This is what the host said. And it's recorded.
Campaigned on a promise to investigate Trump's businesses.
Here's my take on this. He is dumb.
But they won't investigate Hunter Biden. They want to investigate all of Donald Trump business. But they don't want to investigate nothing Hunter Biden, nothing Joe Biden. And this shit is all out there. You dealing with other countries. Okay, say if both of them was guilty. Say if Donald Trump and fucking Hunter Biden was guilty. Who would be more important as far as being an asset to a foreign nation? Donald Trump, who never took no money from the other nations, or fucking Hunter Biden, who got money circulating through every motherfucking country around the world? Huh? Who should we be investigating? Who is a more threat of the security to our country between Hunter Biden and Donald Trump?
He admitted everything we knew.
You and your father ever discussed Ukraine?
No. As I said, the only time was...
Wait a minute. You said no, but the only time? How was that? Wait a minute. So you didn't have discussions with him, but you had a talk with him? No, the only time. There's no such thing as no, the only time. There's no such thing as that.
Ever discuss Ukraine?
No. As I said, the only time was after a news account, and it wasn't a discussion in any way. There's no but to this, no.
Wait a minute.
He admitted no experience, Ukraine, China.
It wasn't a discussion in any way. It wasn't a discussion. No, matter of fact, no. It wasn't a discussion in it. What was it? What was it, Hunter? The only time you talk to him, no, this nigga was high doing the fucking interview, but this not being investigated?
No. As I said, the only time was after a news account, and it wasn't a discussion in any way. There's no but to this, no.
He admitted no experience Ukraine, China, no experience energy, oil, gas, no experience private equity. We're talking about a ton. He misled when he said, not a penny. We know he's got equity, of course, probably 20 million. Here's the thing. If this was you and your vice president dad, sorry to your dad about the demotion, it would be never-ending coverage.
The end of the world, Sean.
Do you regret being on the board to begin with?
No, I don't regret being on the board. What I regret is not taking into account that there would be a Rudy Giuliani and...
Wait a minute, so you didn't, so you mean your daddy said you the smartest person in the world and you didn't think it was gonna be any backlash about you hopping on a foreign country's gas fucking company board? You didn't think it was gonna be any, like, I mean, your dad is vice president. Anything you do, you didn't think your dad was gonna have any backlash over it. If it looked suspicious. I mean, if that was the case, why didn't you ask somebody? Like, hey man, can they use this against me? Now you regret it. Why you didn't know about if this was a possibility before you took the job that you may get exposed later, or somebody may talk about this later and you may have to explain this. Why you didn't prepare for this? And if you and you act like this is a job you could have passed up. You making $83,000 a month, but you acting like this is a job you can pass up. Like, oh, you know what? I'm going to talk to my father about that. No, you're going to talk to your father about that. You're going to use every avenue to find out if you can take the job or not. And that includes asking your father, because if not, somebody should have told your father, and it was reported that somebody told your father they need to talk to you because your ass shouldn't be on that gas board. And guess what? He said he did, and guess what? I guess he reported he didn't. So that was a lie. This whole fucking thing is a lie, and you admit it.
And a president of the United States that would be listening to this ridiculous conspiracy idea.
Quick second there. I just want to go back because, I think it's worth me saying when he's talking about my credibility.
Yeah, your credibility, right? Now, we're supposed to believe this dude and Hunter Biden over somebody who got a whole 4 years of investigations and everything found out to be false about him. This nigga got one investigation, everything was the fucking truth. Hunter Biden been on investigation for 4 or 5 years. We're supposed to believe these two motherfuckers over Donald Trump just because the Democrats said it.
I personally think, and I'll ask you your opinion on it, that my credibility is a lot more in demand than Trump's petty, pathetic temper tantrums, right, masquerading as strength.
His credibility is in demand. Is his credibility in demand when the motherfucker had to get coached from in an interview with Chris Cuomo or Don Lemon for CNN? This is a person whose credibility we're supposed to believe in when he was secretly recorded getting coached by Chris Cuomo on how to answer questions. Now we want to talk about his credibility. Nigga, your credibility is shot. You lied, you pleaded guilty, and you was caught being coached on how to interview. What part of your credibility is we supposed to believe now? What part are we supposed to be fucking believing now?
It doesn't matter who you are. If you are betraying the public trust for personal gain, I will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
But you won't prosecute Joe Biden. You won't prosecute Hunter Biden. But you want to overlook everybody. Everybody want to look, the DOJ, the FBI, they want to keep all these investigations secret, right? Hunter Biden can make money off his father's office. Look, he's selling books. He's selling books in America. Making money because he could have made that book last year. But now he's in the spotlight. He's going around doing all these motherfucking TV shows and stuff like that. He's making money off his father's name. Now, one thing I'll be forgetting to do sometimes, I'll be forgetting to go in the chat because once I get on one, I go on one. So let me go in the chat and read some comments right quick. What the chat saying? We got Hannity has a weird hairline, but Hannity tells the truth. Remember when Pelosi put on the generic African grab? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. The exact same thing. My radical son. Bill has a black son that looks just like him. I done a skit on that. Bill do have a black son that looks just like that. I'll be forever rocking. The media is garbage. You're damn right. Flower Bloom, say what's up? What's up with your Flower Bloom? Comedy Free TV all up in here. Who else up in here? What's that? Leonard the Yoda. The Yoda. That's the Leonard the Yoda. That's what his name is. Captain Kirk always up in his bitch. What's this? Blexit up in here? What's up, Blexit? His credibility is back 75 million votes. His credibility is backed by 75 million voters. Donald Trump credibility is backed by 75 million voters. More than that. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfucker like me and other people who couldn't vote didn't vote. So he actually got more than 75 people, you know what I'm saying, that's supporting him. And I wish when he say the 75 million, I wish he give the people credit who couldn't vote for him too, like me. That 75 million plus all the people that support me was a push at about 100 million people. So it's more like 100 million. Because I know it's a lot of niggas like me who couldn't vote. Huh? I know it's a lot of niggas like me that couldn't vote. There's more Democrats that couldn't vote that got fucking records and stuff like that. But there's a lot of me too. There's a lot of niggas out there like me. You feel me? What is that? Go to the homeless hoods and try selling Parmesan. Hey, if I go to the hood and try to sell Parmesan cheese crack, I would get my ass beat by a crackhead, and that shit would be on WorldStar. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, that should be on YouTube, all the social media. I'd be getting my ass beat like old girl got beat in the Little Caesars pizza. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker be dragging me all down Skid Row by the back of my shirt, beating the shit out of me. Like, this motherfucker selling fake Parmesan cheese for crack. And I smoke some of this shit. I think the crackheads know about that shit. Hunter Biden got all this $millions. How much crack was you smoking that you smoke all your crack and now you're looking for Parmesan cheese and when you couldn't call the crack dealer and ask for some more? Huh? Look. They said, look. They said Hunter Biden was so high one time that he was talking for 4 days straight about the same topic. 4 days straight about the same fucking topic. How can he get some more? That's all he was talking about for 4 motherfucking days. He didn't want to talk about nothing else but how he was going to get some more. Now that's high. So Hunter Biden can smoke some Parmesan cheese if he wants to.
When he said, I hope you know what you're doing, what did he think you were doing?
When Joe Biden say, I hope you know what you're doing, what in the fuck did Joe Biden think you was doing on the board if he didn't know about it and he didn't know that you wasn't supposed to do what the fuck you was supposed to be doing, and he knew you was on crack and he knew you was fucked up and he knew you had no business being the head of a gas company in Ukraine? What the fuck is you doing? Nigga, I know you just got out of rehab last week. You just called me about what you should do with a little girl you having an affair with that smoked crystal meth that you met on the internet. What in the fuck is you doing to Ukraine? Nigga, you just divorced your brother's wife. Nigga, and just denied a kid and got kicked out of the army. What the fuck are you doing on the Ukraine board? I just got your ass. Now I gotta go over there and make a fucking quid pro quo because your ass getting investigated. You stupid son of a bitch. Click. Hung up in his face.
Well, he read the press reports that I joined the board of Burisma, which was a Ukrainian natural gas company.
How about right out of school? He gets a high-paying job from MBNA, the biggest bank and the largest employer in the state of Delaware, where daddy is conveniently a senator.
And there's been a lot of misinformation about me.
About me, right? Now, everybody got misinformation about Hunter Biden. No, wait a minute. So you're saying that the Hertz rented car didn't find crack in the car. So you're trying to say that you don't have pictures of you with naked crack whores inside of a bedroom smoking crack, getting watched by the Secret Service. So you saying you ain't got a picture of you falling asleep in a bathtub with a crystal meth in your pipe? I mean, crystal meth pipe in your mouth. So you saying that it wasn't you lying about you didn't have sex with a stripper and had a kid? I mean, I don't know when you're telling the truth. Fuck when you're lying. It's more harder to find out when you're telling the truth. I'm like, is this nigga Hunter telling the truth or not? I don't give a fuck how fucked up it is. You gonna always ask, is he telling the truth or not? Because you done got caught in so many lies. And who the fuck trusts a crackhead? I mean, you're a rich crackhead, but you still a crackhead. Them are some of the most untrusted people in the world. Carlos Danger said, I smoke crack. Carlos Danger don't smoke no crack. He just playing like he Hunter Biden. Carlos Danger say he smoke cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is hard to keep it, huh? You smoke cottage cheese, nigga, that's like, that's worse than Parmesan cheese. Cottage cheese, because you find cottage cheese in the refrigerator. Like, oh, this cottage cheese, I can probably cook this and smoke it. Like, that's bad. A crackhead don't even trust a crackhead. You damn right. Look, a crackhead don't trust a crackhead for a damn thing. You can see a couple together, and the wife don't trust the nigga. Like, I know crackheads go to sleep with rocks in their pocket because they can't trust their mate. They want to wake up and get high, and they scared their wife might take the rock when they sleep and smoke it. Like, nigga, I gotta sleep with my crack underneath my nuts because that bitch gonna steal them. And 9 times out of 10, she's so good she get the crack anyway. Look, I got 2 crackhead brothers, right? Them niggas ain't knew I was there for the last 4-5 years. I'm just keeping it real. Them niggas would never know where I stay at because them niggas steal. I witnessed them niggas steal. One of my brothers stole my earring out of my ear while I was talking to the nigga. So I know these niggas steal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fit to do none of that. He looks and acts strung out as fuck. He is strung out as fuck. Who was that? Victor, he is strung out as fuck. This nigga high is giraffe pussy right now, Vic. He high right now, Vic.
Not about my dad. Nobody buys that. But it buys this idea that I was unqualified to be on the board.
Because that's what he does, right? He goes ahead and he, puts out these statements. And the great thing is that he's no longer on Twitter.
But he's on, look, you talking about Donald Trump. He's not on Twitter, but he on this shit. He giving out full statements to this, right? All right. Talking about the general, whatever I said, the general manager. I'm thinking about fucking basketball. I'm talking about the attorney general. She also promised that if elected, she would join the law enforcement. Okay, I read that part. It's important that everyone understands that okay, I got that. The attorney, okay, here we go. The attorney made each of these statements not after having had an opportunity to actually look at the facts, but before she was even elected, before she had seen even a shred of evidence. This is something that happens in failed third world countries, not the United States. If you can run for a prosecutor's office, pledging to take out your enemies and be elected to the job by partisan voters who wish to enact, damn it, political retribution, then we are no longer a free constitutional democracy. Likewise, the district attorney's office has been going after me for years based on a lying, discredited lowlife who was not listened. Wait, I don't read fucked up. Who was not listened to or given credibility by other prosecutional officers and sentenced to 3 years in prison for lying and other events unrelated to me. So what Michael Cohen is in jail for ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump. And I keep on telling people that. They're like, oh, what did his lawyer go to jail for? Not for helping Donald Trump. If that was the case, Donald Trump would have been in jail already for conspiracy. You would have the rights to impeach him. Whatever he was doing had nothing to fuck do with Donald Trump. This nigga was crooked. Just because I'm my grandmother's son and she do drive-bys don't mean I'm a crooked motherfucker. That's her. That ain't got nothing to do with me. She's her own woman. She do her drive-bys on her own time. You know what I'm saying? I don't control what the fuck she do, where the fuck she go, who the fuck she shoot. I don't do none of that. It's impossible. It's impossible. Where we at? But Michael Cohen,
So I didn't even know about, this denigration of me until your producers called to tell me about it. So,
everybody say that. Oh, I didn't know about it until I saw it on social media. Oh, I didn't know about it until somebody. You a motherfucking lie. You knew about it before it came out.
Really, he's mic'd out right now.
For the past 2 years, her office has been investigating the Trump Organization for possible fraud.
But they don't investigate Hunter Biden for possible anything. He's on TV admitting the shit. Admitting it.
Why did you leave the board in April?
It's a 5-year term.
And you chose not to?
I chose not to. Yeah.
Why?
I think it's pretty obvious. Why?
It's obvious because you left because you knew you was going to be under federal investigation of criminal activity, whatever the fuck. You've been investigated. If you would have been on the board even longer, you probably would have got investigated even more. You probably would have had more evidence against you, but you hopped out because you knew that you was doing some wrong shit. Who hops out of a job making $83,000 a motherfucking month because a motherfucker said so? Hey, he crooked. If you straight, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If it's going to be a up and legit job, right? Where I got it legitimately and things like that, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm making $83,000 a month. I don't give a fuck if my father was the Lord. I'm keeping that job. I'm keeping it. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, guy, you know what I'm saying? I just can't make, I know I use your name, but your name is good. I'm not just going to be, I can't be working nowhere else but this job right here for $83,000 a month. Your name bless me, Lord. I told him I was your son and I got hired. And I told him, look, if the motherfucking prosecutor don't go for investigating, he don't have a heart attack soon, his ass got to go too. But look, this nigga right here ain't getting investigated not one tiny bit. And he's snitching on himself. Look at him.
He then gets on the board of Amtrak. I believe that was 1996. So he was what, about 27?
What was his experience?
I guess Dad took the train once in a while, so that made him qualified to do that.
What were your qualifications to be on the board of Burisma?
Well, I was vice chairman of the board of Amtrak for 5 years. I was the chairman of the board of the UN World Food Program. I was a lawyer for Boies Schiller Flexner, one of the most prestigious law firms in the world.
You didn't have any extensive knowledge about natural gas or Ukraine itself, though.
No, but I think that I had as much knowledge as anybody else that was on the board.
That's like my grandmother going to try to sell cars and fill out a car dealership application and talking about her only experience with selling things was selling rocks or selling weed. You can't do that. You go into real estate talking about, look, man, I don't know nothing about selling houses, but I did sell dope one time. You know what? I don't know nothing about actually selling none of this business property or no shit like that. But I did have a weed spot in Watts one time. You can't do that. It don't transfer over. Them are two different type of things. You can't say, look, I want to work here. Look, I understand this job better, this management job at the Chrysler dealership because I worked at McDonald's. And I understand management. That's like AOC trying to tell Marjorie Taylor Greene something about business. And this bitch worked at a restaurant. Two different things.
Is that would mean presumably that someone like Alan Weisselberg and maybe even the Trump children, would they be in the know about the valuation of these assets? Because you're talking about assets that Ivanka and Jared and the Trump sons are out there pitching and selling these licensing agreements for. Would they?
I'm cracked. Hey, Carlos, it'd be crazy if Hunter Biden had a train set. When he get high, he put the rock on the train and he take a hit and he make the train go around with the rock up in it. You know what I'm saying? And then the train stop in front of him and he act like it's a crack dealer dropping off the rocks in the train. Carlos, that'd be the shit. Like Hunter Biden, like, shoo, shoo, here it comes. if he's smoking the crack, like, come on, baby, choo choo, and then the train just stop right in front of him, and the doors open and the crack just come out of there. And he's like, I just got me another one, and he hit it again. And he put the rock back up in there, and he put the train back on the track like choo choo. Every time he come around, he pick up the rock and he hit it, bam, ooh, the crack dealer coming back to back. It makes him seem like a crack dealer is giving him special treatment and delivering crack on the train, the Amcrack. We're going to call this the Amcrack. Daddy, can I play Amcrack? Go on in the room and play Amcrack. Choo choo. It's choo 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 choo. You know how the train be smoking. Choo 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 choo. He be blowing the smoke. Choo 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 choo. The Amcrack coming to a city near you. Ain't that a bitch?
They potentially have exposure here? Because I was asking in the previous segment, should they be getting their own lawyers?
Well, they have to get their own lawyer.
What we are investigating is the fact that the Trump organization inflated their assets for the purposes of obtaining loans and insurance coverage.
What about the Joe Biden and all them motherfuckers having text messages talking about the big guy want to get percentages and cuts and shit like this? What about them messages? Them got witnesses. You got witnesses talking about Joe Biden was part of the deal. You got witness Bobolewski. Tony Bobolewski, the nigga who sound like he from the Russian mob, said he was dealing with Joe Biden and Hunter Biden introduced the nigga to him. Text message and all kind of shit. What about that? Y'all going on assumptions. We working with facts.
And deflated their assets for the same assets for the purposes of avoiding and evading tax liability and or limiting it.
Was that bitch cross-eyed?
This is your opportunity to say why.
Well, because this is what becomes a distraction, because I have to sit here and answer these questions. And so that's why I've committed that I won't serve on any boards or I won't work directly for any foreign entities when my dad becomes president.
Like, okay, like when your dad becomes president. You didn't think about that when your dad was vice president? I mean, that's basically the same position. Right? Vice president, president. I mean, they both is the same. Like, one is powerful and one is the second most powerful. They the same position, nigga. I'm not going to take any job when my father become president, you know what I'm saying, because I don't want nobody. No, nigga, because you can't have no job. You don't have no experience in shit. Every job you got was because of your father. He was a senator in Delaware when you got the fucking law license and law jobs and all that shit. And you went from getting jobs in the state where your daddy was a senator to getting jobs around the world when your daddy was vice president. How did that happen?
You know, it never ends. Then you had the China, you have Ukraine, minor problem. He's never been in energy. Doesn't speak Ukrainian, minor details, but it's okay. And by the way, more importantly than that, they want to question my family or imagine being in hiding for months like he's been since we've been talking about this, and you come out and that's the interview you give? That's just guilt in and of itself because it was a pathetic attempt.
He wouldn't have gotten the millions but for his father.
If your last name wasn't Biden, do you think you would have been asked to be on the board of Burisma?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't think that there's a lot of things that would have happened in my life that if my last name wasn't Biden.
Like you re-entering the army, right? Because even though you got caught with crack and you was in rehab, buying a gun, right? After you smoking crack and you already got a felony, right? Getting jobs while you high on crack overseas. Hell no, you wouldn't have got a lot of them things happen. A lot of them things wouldn't have happened to you. Most of them things wouldn't happen to you. You're right.
I think Donald Trump is going to flip on all of them. What do you think about that, including his children? I really believe that Donald Trump is going to turn around. You always get shocked when I say things, Joy. I really believe that Donald Trump cares for only himself.
No problem. You know what?
Donald Trump only cares for himself. How does that happen? If Donald Trump would have only cared for himself, he would have had some fucked up kids. None of his kids on crack. None of his kids getting caught with prostitutes. None of his kids is getting kicked out of armies, getting caught in rental cars, on Skid Row. None of his is none of that. Donald Trump kids are a reflection of him. Joe Biden kids are a reflection of him. Ain't none of his kids right. But except Bo, and Bo died. We don't know what the fuck Bo was up to. But we know Joe Biden's daughter fucked up. We know that for damn sure. She went to jail, underage, drinking, smoking weed, fighting the police. This bitch is fucked up.
The difference between the Bidens and us are? We were international business people before politics, and we gave up doing all new deals going forward. We didn't become magically international business people because of our political position. We put that all aside for years.
And he realizes that his goose is cooked. So when he turns around and he gets questioned about what you're just asking about, inflation, it wasn't me. It was Alan. Wow. It was my accountant. It was.
Now they're trying to say that Donald Trump is fit to switch on his whole family, on his accountant, on his lawyers, on all that. Donald Trump is fit to flip on him, right? And everything fake news say, they never have to apologize when they get exposed and the shit don't happen. The Russian collusion, the impeachment, all kind of shit. When things don't happen, they never apologize like, you know what, we was wrong. Donald Trump didn't do that. You know what, we was wrong. Joe Biden did do that. They never say it. They never give him credit or give the Democrats discredit.
It was the appraiser. It's never Donald.
And even your brother had to give up raising money for cancer.
It's insane. The double standard is despicable. They utilize that platform with a wink, wink, nod, nod. You know, Joe Biden knows nothing about it other than Hunter says he does, and there's pictures of them playing golf together, right? But he knows nothing about it. Joe Biden willing to fire the prosecutor by threatening the Ukrainian government with millions of dollars in aid if they don't get rid of the guy investigating his son.
$1 billion.
Give me a break, Sean. It never ends.
See, this is the problem. It's never, ever Donald Trump. It's always somebody else.
See? Now, Michael Cohen right now, if you was convicted of doing something or helping Donald Trump, that'd be something different. But you had no connection with Donald Trump, and now you're saying you got all this evidence. Where's your evidence at, Michael? Where's this evidence at?
It wasn't Donald Trump who had the affair. It wasn't Donald Trump who directed me to make the payments to Stormy Daniels. It wasn't Donald Trump who got the benefit of the relationship and the actions, right? It was Michael Cohen. And, right, I'm the bad guy into it. Why? Because I didn't take the fall. Well,
Wait a minute, you didn't take the fall, but you pleaded guilty. Now you're on every motherfucking news station talking about Donald Trump and talking about you finna turn over evidence and all. You did take the fall. You pleaded guilty and said you was gonna snitch. That's taking the fall. But you know what I'm saying? Because if you had, because if Donald Trump would have done something, right, and would have blamed it on you, that's taking the fall. Donald Trump blamed you of nothing but being a snake. Nothing. All you was a snake. Let me see what's up. Right. All right. 3-year sentence. These investigators have also been going on for years with members and associates of the Trump organization being viciously attacked, harassed, and threatened in order to say anything bad about the 45th president of the United States. This would include having to make up false stories. Numerous documents, all prepared by large, prestigious law and accounting firms, have been examined, and many hours of testimony have been taken from many people, some of whom I have never seen in years. These Democrat offices consumed with the political partisan witch hunt at the time when crimes is up in the New York, in big New York City shootings, and up 97%, up 45%, a rate not seen in 40 years. Drugs and criminals are pouring into our country in record numbers from our new unprotected southern border, and people fleeing New York for other much safer locations to live. But the district attorney and attorney general are possessed at an unprecedented level, which is destroying political fortunes of President Donald J. Trump and the 75 million people who voted for him, right? What they're trying to do is they're trying to get it where Donald Trump can't even run again. They see how much power Donald Trump got. They see how much people in the Republican Party still believe that this is Donald Trump party, that the Republican Party got to go, is going Donald Trump way. It's under Donald Trump lead. It's under Donald Trump direction. The American First agenda is still strong. They're trying to abolish all of that. They're trying to send Donald Trump to jail. They're trying to send some of his followers to jail, his supporters to jail. They're trying to label some other ones, silence the other ones. You know what I'm saying? If you a Trump supporter, you fall into some category. You have to be racist. You have to be a coon. You have to be a sellout. You have to be a threat. You have to be, it's something. You got to hate this group. You got to hate that group. You got to be slow. You got to be a redneck. It's something about you got to be wrong if you are a conservative, if you are a Trump supporter. There has to be something wrong with you, right? You see how they use Liz Cheney up, right? Use her up for one day. Oh, you against Donald Trump? We're going to use you up and spit you out. She's done all the circles. Now you don't hear nothing from her no more. You know what I'm saying? She didn't support the party she was supposed to support, right? There's the party that put her in office, the people that put her in office, she didn't support what they support, and guess what? They got rid of your ass. They silenced you. Now you're going to be silenced on both sides. Good move, Liz.
It's going to happen when the DA or the Attorney General, and listen, I give her a lot of credit, just as your previous guest did, a lot of credit, because she didn't start this as criminal. She started as civil.
Did I make a mistake? Well, maybe in the grand scheme of things, yeah.
Did you make a mistake? Yeah, in the very grand scheme of things, yeah. He's admitting to fucking up. It's not a mistake, it's a fuck up. You've been polite about it. Did I fuck up? Yeah, I fucked up in the greater scheme of things. Because I didn't expect Donald Trump to get in office. Everybody expected Hillary Clinton to get in office. And if Hillary Clinton got in office, none of this shit would have came to the forefront.
But did I make a mistake based upon some unethical lapse? Absolutely not.
And the fact that they're out there pretending like this wasn't, hey, I'm not going to say that I am not part of who I am because of my father. That would be foolish, okay? But the difference is we did it as capitalists. We did it as business people. We didn't do it pretending and under the cloak of Joe's this great public servant. Well, here, son, here's every job you've ever had. And now they do the families off limits, kids are off limits. Hunter Biden's 50, okay? I wasn't off limits when it started at 38. Hunter Biden shouldn't be off limits now.
And the Trump children have been criticized for doing similar sorts of
I don't look, unlike them, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about them.
I spend a lot of time thinking about crack. You don't even think about your own kids. You think about crack, nigga. You forgot about one of your kids. Forgot it was yours. Forgot you even met the baby mama, supposedly. I don't remember her. I don't remember having sex with her, and that is not my kid. Huh? I don't spend a lot of time thinking about nothing. But you on your knees and your hands looking for Parmesan cheese. That lets you know you spend more time thinking about crack. Every picture we saw, we got more pictures of you on crack than we got pictures of you with your kids. How is that possible? How the hell you gonna have more pictures with a crack pipe in your mouth than you got with your kids in your arms? How the fuck is that possible?
I really don't. It's all noise. And what they do is they create just an enormous amount of noise. I have to then answer questions about accusations made by probably the most unethical group of people that was.
Then we got Sweden in the house. We got China. What was that? China? I don't know if that's China or Canada in the house. I don't know if that's China. We got Alaska in the house. Captain Kirk for sure. You know what I'm saying? But there's lots of people up here from the house. Who up here from? What the hell is that, Neil? China, Canada. That's a mix. Oh, yeah, because Canada is turning into China. I forgot about that, Neil. China is slowly becoming China. China is running China. I mean, Canada is ran by China. My bad. That was an inside joke. I was a little slow to that one. I was a little late to the party. Black Rosebud is in Los Angeles, California. I was a little late to the party. I'm like, did the Democrats make up a new damn country already? China? What the fuck is that? China? What the hell is a China? Now I get it. The Chinese went over there doing all kind of meetings and preparations and all kind of stuff. I feel you on that.
10. Barron was 10. They had no problem trying to go after him.
An old ass lady went after Barron like he is not Barron or something like that. Like, bitch, why you bringing my kids up in this? But they, as soon as Hunter Biden crackhead ass get on there, like, why do you talk about his son? Joe Biden has so much passion for his son who's been through a lot of stuff. We all have family members. We all have family members that was kids too. They didn't say none of that. But you don't want us to talk about a grown ass crackhead. But we could talk about we could talk about Donald Trump Jr. every motherfucking day. But don't talk about no crackheads.
They've made comments about my children as young as 4 at the time when they started making those comments to my little Chloe. You know, the double standard is despicable. Hey, the difference between us and them. When there's a question, we put it out there. When they say, hey, what about this? I put my emails out there. When my father did, here's the transcript. How come they're doing all of their things under the cloak of secrecy? Everything, Adam Schiff has seen it. No one else has seen it. I'm still hearing about that from Russia. He's seen evidence. But they won't show the American people.
But that civil investigation has now turned criminal. James's office saying in a statement to CNN, we are now actively investigating the Trump organization in a criminal capacity, along with the Manhattan DA.
Wait a minute. In a civil case, right, how the fuck is you going to go criminal when criminal is harder to prove than a civil? If you get them with the civil, then you can win the case if the evidence is greater than the possibility of. You can win the case. You don't have to have 12 in the box. You don't have to have none of that. And it will be easier, right? Just like in the George Floyd thing and anything else, it will also be easier to get a criminal charge, right? If you already have a civil case already decided. He was already guilty in civil case, and this is the evidence we had, and we're bringing some of this evidence over and tell you what the civil courts thought, and we're going to enter some of that into evidence because that is part of our case. It looks more realistic. It looks better. How you going to go with the criminal shit? And if you lose, you going to try to go civil? Who does that? Unless you know you're going to win on the civil, then you can hold up. But they always try to get the civil out the way first if they know the motherfucker's gonna be guilty. Because if they wait and they wait till after the trial and then they go to trial and all that shit, the motherfucker's gonna be rich. So guess what? If the people gonna be found guilty, they'll be found guilty. They'd rather take it out of court, settle it out of court. I settle it out of court. That way it can't come back on me and we're not going to use none of this evidence in my criminal case because part of a civil thing, I want all this evidence, all this old shit, none of this shit. You can say I was proven guilty, but we don't want none of this evidence in the court. Because it's not, it's still hearsay, but the evidence is greater than the possibility of. So we got to convict him.
Colluding with a Russian, he thinks isn't a Russian.
What do they have to hide? Why can't they do it in front of the American people like we've been doing it? It's insane. And it's not fair, it's not right, but Americans see it, Sean.
When you don't have any experience, which he admitted, and you're getting paid all this money, you're admitting because your dad's the vice president. Thing is why would they give all this money to the son, China and Ukraine, except that they're really buying favor with the father?
Of course
it's that clear.
Of course they are. And when you're the father and your son's entire career is dependent on that, they own you, Sean. That's what it is. They've bought Biden Inc., and they've been doing it both domestically, whether it was MBNA Bank, whether it was Amtrak, whatever it was, domestically when he was a senator and had influence over domestic policy, and they started doing it internationally the second Joe Biden became vice president and had authority abroad.
But what's going to happen when all of a sudden they turn around and they start asking him about his tax returns or about the devaluation of the assets or the way that he took deductions?
And nobody asked Joe Biden, look, in the debate, and nobody in the news conference, nobody ever asked Joe Biden to explain his relationship with his son's business dealings. Nobody. He's never going to go on Fox. Joe Biden never got to answer these questions while Donald Trump had to answer them every single day. At a news conference, motherfuckers don't say something. Joe Biden never get asked these questions because guess what? Joe Biden also never answered questions. I might get in trouble. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. I gotta go. I gotta run. I gotta get out of here. Something coming up. He never got to answer questions.
I don't do my taxes. It's my accountant. So he's going to turn on his accountant and point the finger. He's going to say, Don Jr. handled that. Ivanka handled that. Melania, don't take me. Take Melania. He's going to tell them to take everything.
Look at her face. She loving this. Even though this all lies and made up. Look. Oh, she loving this. He's going to snitch on Bianca? Oh, no. He's not the princess.
Everyone except for himself.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at ugly ass.
Even Ivanka?
That's just the kind of guy he is. Everyone. Ivanka, too.
Earlier this year, James said,
until we uncover some unlawful behavior or conduct, our investigation will continue as a civil matter.
It's on tape of my discussion. Everything was done at the direction of and for the benefit of Donald J. Trump. And I do have to say that my credibility, I believe, is going to end up getting Don Jr., Ivanka, Jared, Eric, Weisselberg, his kids, some orange jumpsuits.
His credibility. Michael Cohen said his credibility is going to get the whole Donald Trump family locked up. Well, what's been happening? I mean, when the case is going to start? How much evidence do y'all need? Y'all have 4 years to come up with this. You've been gone for 3.5 years. They could have been got evidence from you. What's the holdup? This bitch says she's going to keep on investigating until something comes.
Her investigators have deposed multiple Trump Organization officials, including Eric Trump and Chief Financial Officer Alan Weisselberg.
The real reason.
Alan Weisselberg, right? Now, let me show you something, right? Let me read this last little part, right? A continuation of the greatest political witch hunt in the history of the United States, working in the conjunction with Washington. These Democrats want to silence and cancel millions of voters because they want Trump to run. They don't want Trump to run again. As people are killed on sidewalks in New York and unprecedented rate, as drugs and crime of all kinds are flooding through the New York City at the record level, with absolutely nothing being done about it. All they care about is taking down Trump. Our movement, which started with the great election in 2016, is perhaps the biggest and most powerful in the history of the country. But the Democrats wanted to cancel Make America Great movement, not by making America first, but by making America last. No president has been treated the way I have. With all the crimes, corruptions you read about with others, nothing happens. With they only go after Donald Trump after persecutorial efforts that likes of which nobody has ever seen before. They failed to stop me in Washington, so they turned it over to New York to do it. This is what I have been going through for the last 4 years. It is very sad and a very dangerous to our country, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It is. Don't say that. That's racist. And we will overcome together. I have built a great company, employed thousands of people, and all I do is win, win, win. Not win, win. I put that in. I get treated unfairly, attacked and abused by a corrupt political system. It would be so wonderful in the effort used by Democrats, Donald J. Trump, who lowered taxes. He lowered taxes and regulations, rebuilt our military, took care of veterans, created Space Force, fixed our borders, produced a vaccine in record-setting time, years ahead of what's anticipated, right? And made our country great and respected again, and so much more. We will be confused on we will be focused on a ever before danger. Anyway, right? I wanted to end with this last part, right? Because it was I told y'all before, it was a CNN reporter that got a lot of slack for saying that Donald Trump deserved credit for the vaccine. I don't think I showed y'all that video, but I want to show y'all that video of a CNN reporter saying that Donald Trump deserved credit for the vaccine. And Joe Biden should give this dude credit for the vaccine. I don't know if I showed that to you, but if I haven't, I'm going to show it to you right now. I don't know. I don't think I have, though. Here we go.
reason you are here is because you were sucked in by the headline that said, should we be thanking Donald Trump? It's a subject that I want to address on CNN today. In fact, I think it'll be quite interesting that my response is aired on CNN today, probably the least place that Donald Trump would expect to hear someone say, yeah, thank you. But if you want to talk about vaccination and the development of the vax and Operation Warp Speed, absolutely. I mean, the fact that they were able to get it done in like an 8-month time period is worthy of our thanks. Does it ask too much of President Biden to offer a tip of the hat to President Trump in that regard? I mean, if I'm Joe Biden, am I acknowledging the previous administration? It would be hard. It would be really hard, given that, you know, Trump is out there and directly and through any of his agents just taking whatever shot he can at this administration. But as for the rest of us, I mean, I'm not going to speak for any of you, but as for the rest of us, if someone said to me, does Donald Trump deserve credit for the pace of bringing that vaccination, getting us all a jab that quickly? My answer is yes. Not all the credit, for sure, but some of the credit, yeah. Yeah, I think that he does. So why is this on my mind? It's on my mind because via his new, my notes say website, I think it's more accurately described as a blog, Trump is bemoaning the fact that his administration isn't given credit for the swift production of the vaccine. Quote, just a mention, please. The Biden administration had zero to do with it. All they did was continue our plan of distribution, which was working well right from the beginning. Hey, I'm willing to give the Trump administration credit for the fact that that vaccine went from 0 to 60 in record time, and credit to the Biden administration for the distribution that was begun on Trump's watch, but was carried out to such a point of effectiveness that today, here we are, it's May 15, and anybody in the United States who wants a vaccine can absolutely go and get it easily.
Easily, right? Now, I know plenty of people, I can't say that on here because, like I say, the ears are listening, you know what I'm saying? You say anything crucial about the Wu-Tang thing, you know what I'm saying, they will ban you, or the Wu-Tang record, you know what I'm saying, they will ban you or whatever, take your videos off and try to take your channel. You can't criticize nothing can come out of the Wu-Tang album. You can't talk about none of that, you know, they will ban you. And that's kind of bad when you can't criticize things like people, I don't know if people saw tricks about people sticking magnets to their arm. I don't know if y'all know about the numbers that was reportedly, the people that reportedly died, you know what I'm saying, after a time, after they took the shot, you know what I'm saying? Some people said it could have been natural. Some people said it induced it, but it's different things that's coming up and you can't talk about it. And that's part of why I've done that social credit system video mixed in with the Facebook, because a lot of things happen on social media right now. There's a lot of things that's happening in China and been happening for a minute, and how China controls its citizens, you know what I'm saying, through speech, movement, you know what I'm saying, vision, laws, culture, religion. They do all that in China, and they're trying to do that over here in a different way, you know what I'm saying, bring that type of control over here because they don't want, I mean, China just recently beat New York, or beat United States by having the most billionaires, and they beat us by one, right? And part of that program is because of communism, you know, because of communism and socialism. They say it produce a millionaire once every day or some shit like that. But it also causes a lot of poverty, you know what I'm saying? It's because it's not a lot of in-between shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just either you rich or you not. You know what I'm saying? It's not no in between. If you rich, you can stay your ass over here. If you're not, you can stay your ass over there. Have one kid. We're controlling kids. We're controlling all that. What you eat, what you think, what you watch, all that. We got people in your house, TVs in your house. We got people around snitching on you. So we control all of that. That's what Facebook doing right now. They got people looking at you all day, reading your posts, snitching on you, fact checking, calling you a liar, calling you racist, getting your shit taken off, getting your businesses banned, you know, making it hard to travel, all kind of stuff. So it's getting more and more like China each and every day, you know. But I'm about to get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. I got to get out here and promote, which I really don't want to feel like doing today. I want to sit on my ass and make some videos and watch some TV, but I can't. I got to make this show crack, you know. So like I say, if we want to keep this channel going, you know what I'm saying, please, I put the links in the description, you know what I'm saying, if you want to donate or if you want to subscribe to the Patreon to keep this show channel going. I'm up out this bitch. See y'all next time. Hopefully it'll be soon, you know what I'm saying, but if not, like I said, I got to get away with it because I gotta go after my kids. One reason I've been doing all of this comedy is so I can go after my son, you know. And if I don't put my son first and focus on him first, everything I say will be a lie. You know what I'm saying? I will be lying to my son. I will be lying to my baby's mother. You know what I'm saying? The baby mother I do like because my other baby mother is grown. But I will be lying, you know what I'm saying, if I don't put in every effort I have, you know what I'm saying, to make these videos crack. If that's going to get a regular job, or you know what I'm saying, 9 to 5, or going whatever I got to do, you know what I'm saying, to make the amount of money that I got to give my kid, you know what I'm saying, that's what I'm going to do because that's been my dream for these last couple of years. And now that my baby mama say, yeah, you can have them if you get your shit straight, you know what I'm saying, and I've been doing that and focusing. I know my job on here is a comedian, you know what I'm saying, like, nigga, your job is to tell the truth, you know what I'm saying, but sometimes real life fucking hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not like none of these other YouTubers, you know what I'm saying, with all the merchandises and getting paid from the views and got sponsors, you know, can you sell this product on here and can you do that? I don't have that, you know. I got people who try, but I don't have that because I don't have nobody helping me right now. So it's hard for me to get phone calls and take this and take that and get messages and do that and do this and stuff like that and still do my job as far as making people laugh and getting the necessary footage and editing things and like that to get these videos ready, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to conduct other businesses, you know what I'm saying, when it's just me by myself. I don't have no managers, no agents, or none of that shit. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's just me and a fucking phone and a computer. You feel me? So like I said, you know, if you want to keep the show going, you know, please donate. I don't want to keep on saying it, but it's at that time. It is dire time right now. Like I said, I just need to make 100%. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's $5. So if it's 100%, you know what I'm saying, and $5, it should be. If everybody on this channel, put it like this, everybody watching this show right now, subscribe, I will have enough money to keep this show running and handle my comedy shows and make movies and all that. So if everybody here subscribe, think about that. If you're watching it, if you subscribe to my shit, you can help this channel grow. I know you like it, I know you love it, you've watched it for years. So if you want to keep it going, go ahead and donate because it's not me. It's for my kids now, you know what I'm saying? If I'm going to be a father and I'm going to be a man and all the work I put in, they got to benefit. I don't want it to benefit me. I want to benefit my kid. I want to put one of my sons in a comedy and do movies with him and stuff like that. And I want to put my other son in my house. You know what I'm saying? And that all starts with you, with your help. You know what I'm saying? So if you can help me out, I will help you out with these laughs. I'm out. I'll see y'all in a minute. Right here. I'm out.